When I picked this basketball up, it was like picking up a good look shot.
Jerry West, one of the greatest ever played this game.
Olympic gold medal.
14-time All-Star.
He was just another level. This dude, he was good.
Man, if that doesn't give you the chills, I don't know what does. New documentary on Prime Video, Jerry West, The Logo, paints a revealing portrait of NBA icon Jerry West, whose impact on the game stretches from his days as a player with the Lakers to his legendary career as an executive. And one of the forces, the director behind the film, is a storyteller known for his hit series Blackish and blockbuster comedy Girls Trip. Kenya Barris joining us tonight here on New York Nightcap. Man, you just watched that video. First of all, I want to go play. I want to go watch it for sure. When you see it, what goes through your mind when you see it as the director of that film?
I can't believe I'm done with this.
I feel that.
No, and just, Michael Jordan and just people, just like the idea of like all these people coming out, and I miss Jerry. I think that he was a special player, a special guy, and just feel so grateful to be able to have done this and be a part of it. Yeah.
You have done so many iconic films and different types of features and things that people have fallen in love with, but this was the first documentary that you directed. For you and your career, how was this different with that role?
I gained such a respect. I produced documentary before. I gained such a respect for documentary filmmakers, because it is such a passion, and such a drive that you have to keep it going. And also the thing that I most found out is that you figure out a documentary in reverse. Like it doesn't tell, you don't tell it what it's going to be, it tells you what it's going to be. And that's something really inspiring about that process that I fell in love with.
You told me that you had to marry up the stories behind Jerry West and the incredible history there while entertaining the sports fan as well. How difficult was that balance throughout this process?
I think that was incredibly difficult because the idea of, one, the footage was different. You know what I'm saying? Like we get, you're getting drones and this stuff now. Like we're dealing with lots of things that were black and white footage at points, things that were one angle. But the thing that I found out is that Jerry's game translates. But that was the thing with a lot of those players back in the day, like their game might not have translated. Like Jerry, if you can dribble, stop, pop, and hit a mid-range 15-footer, and put those kind of points up, you can play hoop, and I feel like that was fun to see.
What was it about this story, about Jerry West, that made you say, I want to tackle this project, this is what I want to do?
I mean, he's the logo. I think the idea of he's literally one of the most iconic logos in the world. And when I read his book, I fell in love with him and as a man and his story and how self-reflective and vulnerable he was willing to be.
This is a guy who, like you said, his story as a player was incredible. The amount of names that are associated with him in the Showtime era, influencing the Golden State Warriors even. It was quite a resume, what he did on the court. What surprised you the most digging into this film?
How much impact he had on other people's life. And it really sort of challenged me to sort of say, that's what a life lived is really about. How people, when they came out, would stop their schedules, say yes to this, sit down, and be completely candid. You
kind of uncover a lot of what his life was like behind the scenes and tackling a lot of issues that other people face every day today in depression and family struggles. What were some of the things that really stuck out to you and that are really prevalent in this documentary?
His childhood. He had a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, and a lot of things that I feel like kind of shaped him for the rest of his life. And in being a father myself, it made me think about the things that we do with our kids, and how those, you may think this is just a moment. Those moments can last a lifetime. They did with Jerry.
You mentioned a bunch of names that you had, none bigger than Michael Jordan, of course, but Magic Johnson, Shaq, everybody, Kareem, like
Steph Curry.
And you think about those names. Those are the biggest names in basketball. How cool was that for them to be a part of this, to line up and say, how can I be in this?
It was crazy. Every time we were doing an interview, I was like, dude, is KD here today? Like, it was, and it was also the reverence that they all had for him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were asking them to do you a favor. They wanted to talk about Jerry. So I feel like they came with a different energy. For most of them, the way that they're talking, you haven't heard them talk like this before, because they're not talking about something about themselves. They're not talking about something they're promoting. They're talking about someone who they care about, who, was someone who helped them get to where they were at.
Kenya Barris, we appreciate it. Cannot wait to see this documentary and more of your great work moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Awesome.